have team coverage with meteorologist Kat Taylor, Tony Lawback as well. But we start with Cake's Annette Lawless. She is in Belle Plaine, where the school district has canceled classes this morning, one of many districts today to do so. Annette, good morning to you.
Good morning. You know, those closures, of course, because of the flooding concern here in Sumner County. In fact, we're over here on K55. I want you to see just how high the water is right next to the roadway. This is water from the Nenuska River. And, you know, it's so high, in fact, that it's crossed over the roadway completely. A 2.5-mile stretch all the way from downtown Belle Plaine to the Y in the road back behind us over on Highway 81. Now, we spoke to one woman who says that the floodwaters have been so bad here before, covering the road in both directions, trapping her, but also leading up to the gate next to her house. Naturally, I think for anyone, it would be rather unnerving, but Shelley says that she's confident that her and her family will be okay. So far, water is, again, crossed over on this side of her house, over on the west side. The other side of the highway also getting a little bit of that water going across too. So as for the flood, though, the level in the river, it's about at 25.5 feet. It's expected to stay at that way, and then it'll recede down starting tomorrow. So hopefully things won't become a problem for people out here in this part of Belle Plaine, but of course we'll keep you posted right here on Cake. Jamel and Shane, we just got an update from Wichita Police Chief Gordon Ramsey, who tells us the suspect in this case has died. Most of the officers in this neighborhood have cleared out, and what really remains are actually dust from fingerprints that they were checking on vehicles like this one, all believed to be connected to the suspect involved in that shooting from this morning. But let me go ahead and walk you through what all had happened. So Chief Ramsey says this incident over here near 21st and Mays started with a family waking up to a man breaking into their home around about 3:15 this morning. That suspect, now identified as 24-year-old Christian Webb, he made demands. The officer managed to retrieve a gun of his own, and then there was a shootout. The suspect was shot several times. The officer, he was hit in the leg. Ramsey said the officer has been released from the hospital, but the department is looking to see if this was a targeted attack. Some cars down the street have been broken into, and Chief Ramsey says that he believes these crimes are connected. Officers spent this morning checking fingerprints and evidence from both scenes. One man I spoke with, he had 2 vehicles broken into, and he said he's grateful that his family was not hurt, though he does feel for the officer. The officer's family was in their home at the time, including his wife and 2 kids. Hey there, everybody. Annette Lawless over here at 11th and River. As you noticed on our Facebook fan page just a little bit ago, we told you about a vehicle submersion. I want to give you a look at that scene. Just one indication of the slick conditions that drivers had to face this morning in all parts of Kansas. A lot of first responders out here tending to the person who had been in this vehicle, as we can see over here in the river. I'm trying to see if I can zoom into a look at the scene there. There's the vehicle that is now in the water.
Cake's Annette Lawless, though, she's joining us live this morning. She has braved the roads this morning. A lot of the ice to think about, Annette, just off those main roads, right? Everything else looking pretty good?
You know, everything else looking pretty good, but over here in the Riverside area, pretty tricky conditions. We're over here at the scene of a water rescue. We've been out here for the past hour or so at 11th and North River Boulevard. This car that we see right by that tow truck, that had been submerged in the water. Fire crews had been out here for well over an hour or so working on pulling that vehicle out. Thankfully, the driver, who is believed to have lost control of their car, slid down into the river. That driver is okay. So right now it's just a matter of pulling this vehicle up onto that tow truck and moving on to reopening this area. This traffic over here had been closed, and the reason why, because of the slick conditions. I want you to look at this railing, for example. This thick layer of ice, just an indication of how troublesome even the roadways are. Driving through here in Riverside, as well as those side streets and other parts of Kansas, certainly very tricky, as well as those sidewalks that we're all enduring in the parking lots. So if you are heading out and about, just make sure that you have shoes with some extra traction on there. Just be very careful, because that's, I think, where a lot of people are going to find trouble today. We did find a couple of slide offs on some highways like K96, but overall the conditions, like Allison was saying, probably not as bad as what we had endured on Tuesday, but you never know how things can turn out for the rest of the day. So just give yourself some extra drive time, some extra space between other cars, and hopefully everyone will be okay. Good morning, Jamal and Shane. I'm here to hook you all up. I want to make sure that everyone is okay in regard to their commute. That closure taking place right now. In fact, if you are heading west on Kellogg, you will not be able to connect to northbound I-235. We can see this road crew out here starting to put up those orange cones, the signs, everything in regard to this detour. This detour lasting several weeks, but the crew out here just anxious to get things rolling. Now I want you to take a look at this map because this is the area that is affected, and this is the detour that you're suggested to go on, which you're going to have to take right now. If you're heading west on Kellogg wanting to get to northbound 235, you're going to have to go southbound onto 235. You're going to go over to K42 and then you will reconnect to northbound 235. With that, I was doing some calculations for y'all this morning. It's going to add at least another extra, I'd say 6-7 minutes to your commute. It's building a lot of memories. It's just getting people engaged in an activity that can be fun for really everyone in the family. And you know what, for me, I used to bowl as a kid. I actually was involved in a summer program, had a lot of fun on Saturday mornings. My mom would go and watch me bowl. And let's just say she was pretty impressed, as I'm sure a lot of people here will be, with some of my bowling skills. So we're just gonna throw one down here just to see. I mean, it's been about a year since I've bowled, so we'll see how good this all is. But it's a lot of, and if you're really worried about how good you might be on the lanes, oh, I don't think that's gonna be very good. Oh no! But if you're worried about how good you're going to be on the lanes, they have a lot of people down here that certainly are experts who can help guide you and your children in regards to bowling to get them kind of trained and maybe be able to pick up everything, get a spare. Spares are important when it comes to successful bowling. But I don't know, a really fun and free opportunity. If you want to see everything detail-wise in regards to how it all works, like I said, you can head over to my Facebook fan page. It's facebook.com/Annette Lawless. And hopefully you got something for you and your family. It'll be okay for summer. Did I do it? Oh, a 9. I need to practice. But anyway, something to consider for summer. So hopefully everyone will be entertained right there. But one thing that I want to make sure that everyone is aware about, especially, is for maybe the younger passengers in your vehicle. A lot of family road trips on the mark here, and so experts are saying that in regards to making sure that everyone is okay, you want to make sure that everything with your child's safety seat is all right. For example, you want to keep for your youngest ones in the car, you want to have them rear facing as long as they meet the weight and height requirements for your specific car seat. Once they do meet those requirements to go and face forward, a couple of other tips. First off, you're going to want to make sure that the seat belt is tight enough on your child. It's a common problem. A simple way to go and test this, go and try to pinch the safety strap on that car seat. If you can pinch it, it means that it is too loose. And the second tip by experts is to make sure that the chest clip on the car safety seat is at armpit level. It'll help assure that your child is safe should you get into an accident. A whole lot of fans. We have fans here in Cake. We have fans right behind me, stacked so tall, they're actually taller than me. Can you believe that? The Salvation Army has a big giveaway starting tomorrow morning, all to help out people in the community. And this morning, we have two lovely ladies joining me. We have Jill with the Salvation Army, as well as Cherie with Westar Energy to talk more about this giveaway. Jill, a big morning tomorrow, starting at 10. People can come over here to downtown Wichita to grab these fans. Tell us more about it. What does it mean to you folks over at Westar to go and give people who need these fans? We're talking about the elderly. We're talking about people who can't afford them. Just so many people in our community. That need is high. What does it mean to you? Good morning, everybody. Annette Lawless over here, Eisenhower National, where you hear this round of applause, and that's all for these Kansas veterans gearing up for Honor Flight. We're so excited to be along here with them this morning as people are cheering on. I want to showcase everything because this is just particularly special. Let's flip this video around so you can see all of these great people. Good morning. You're live on the internet.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Good morning. Good morning.
Got me a new grandson this morning.
You got a grandson
Number
this
10.
morning. Congratulations. They're asking that if you want to come and be a part of that welcome home, which by the way is so awesome. It's so good to see it. You don't want to miss out on it. What you can do, come out to the airport. They're asking people to come around 11:15 or so because they want to corral everybody and make sure that everyone's here ahead of time. People bring in signs, welcome home signs, giving them that sort of thank you that all of them certainly deserve.